Hey y'all, we're gonna be chit chatting today. We're gonna be chit chatting today. So I'm introducing like a new series live on Sundays where I am. Why is this so big? What is going on here? What the fuck? Okay, anywho, um, so I'm going to be introducing a new series I'm going to be starting on here when I go live on Sundays called Sacred Sunday Town Hall. And so this is where we can go come chat. This is where we're going to be very intentional about creating community, about showing up for the community, and just growing, and we're helping each other evolve as a community. You see what I'm saying? So, Sacred Sunday Town Halls, okay? So, y'all know I want to talk about Sagittarius season. Okay, we are now in Sagittarius season. And this season is all about thinking big. Okay, we want to think big in this season. This is not the time to think small. This is not the time to hold back. This is not the time to wear a mask, right? So when I say this is not the time to wear a mask, this is not the time to show up inauthentic. Really, bitch, if we be honest, y'all should let that inauthentic shit like back like 2023, 2022 type shit. Like really 2020. Okay, you shouldn't have been coming into the 2020s being inauthentic at all. Okay, that's what this shit is about. It's about doing the damn work, learning to embrace yourself. But for those that are still struggling with showing up authentically and embracing who it is that you are, um, that's what we're talking about here. Okay, that's what Sagittarius season is going to be about. This is the time you really want to know who you are, right? This is the time you really want to trust who it is that you are. Okay, because for some of you, you have still allowed your power to be taken from you. That's why I named this, know you a God even when they say you ain't, right? And we know Kendrick just dropped his album. We can get into that another time. But that is like so perfect of the energy of what we're in now. Know you a God even when they say you ain't. Knowing your power, right? And showing up as if you are that. You get what I'm saying? Because some of you only understand your power or realize your power when you are by yourself, right? When you are by yourself, that's when you know your power. You can't wait for these motherfuckers to tell you who you are because they're going to get it wrong every time. They're going to get it wrong every time. And so you have to rely on you to really tap in with self to know how magical, how powerful you are. You understand what I'm saying? So, as we're stepping into Sagittarius season, that's what this shit's all about. This is really about stepping up and seeking the truth. Sagittarius. And if you guys are in here, feel free to drop your big three in the chat. Drop your big three. If you don't know what that is, if you're new to astrology, drop your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, and your North Node. Okay, we need to get into the North Node energy. Okay, if you're someone that's like, okay, I don't understand what that is. North Node energy, your North Node is your purpose that you are here to see through, that you're here to accomplish. Okay, so I know for the basic people who may not know astrology, you for sure know your sun sign. So if y'all in here, go ahead and drop your big three in the chat and your North Node. My big three is an Aries. I'm an Aries sun, Taurus moon, and I'm a Leo rising. So big bold energy, very much the boss and the baby at the same damn time. Pretty fucking much. Okay. And my North Node is in Scorpio. So good afternoon. Um, and my North Node is in Scorpio. So very much I'm the one that's like very deep. I've always been deep. And now that I've gotten into astrology, I know why I'm that deep. It's actually my purpose to be that deep, to see shit to see beyond the surface level. Okay, I'm that gal. Okay, so if you can go ahead and drop your big three in the chat. And so, yeah, let's get into it. So, like I was saying, so now we're entering Sagittarius season. And hey, babes, we're entering Sagittarius season. And so, with Sagittarius season, you know, Sagittarius, they're all about truth. They're all about, um, they're all about telling the truth. They're all about seeking the truth. Okay? That's what we, that's what this is all about. Okay. Oh, Libra. What's up, Libra? Um, yeah, Libra is like the sign of justice, right? The sign of relationships. And Libra is very much about the we, you know, whereas Aries is the sister sign of Libra. So I'm like the opposite of Libra. So Aries is all about individuality, whereas Libra is all about, in relationships, is all about we. Okay, so you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, so, Sagittarius, this is a time when we're really seeking the truth. We're really seeking the truth and we're telling the truth. And not only are we seeking the truth as a collective and looking outward, we're also seeking the truth within ourselves and showing up as our true selves. I know you guys, let's just touch on this just a little bit. Now, I hope you guys don't think it was a coincidence that Kendrick dropped his album in Sagittarius season when he's all about telling the truth. He's all about saying it for what it is. He's all about not pretending like he's really cool with these motherfuckers that he's not really cool with. And it's just truth seeking. It was the perfect time to drop an album saying, this is the truth of what it is, and this is how I feel, and I'm not faking for you. Then y'all can pretend, and I'm gonna be over here and do what I did. You understand what I'm saying? So that goes to show like this is the energy of the collective. This is what we're moving into where we're really sitting with ourselves and we're saying, how do I want to show up? How can I connect with my inner truth? How can I seek the truth? And things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is the time, like I said, Sagittarius season, we're really about, which we're really not playing small, right? Sagittarius is all about expansion. Sagittarius is all about thinking outside the box. They're all about being adventurous and experiencing things that they haven't experienced before, or going to the depths and finding out and learning about other cultures, learning about other belief systems. This is what Sagittarius season is all about. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is what we have to pay attention to and really to tap into the energy of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. You understand what I'm saying? So it's about connecting with ourselves and tapping into our intuition and into our nature, right? And reflecting on that. So when I say Sagittarius is all about adventure, they're all about freedom. Freedom to be who you are. Freedom to talk how you talk. Freedom to go where you want to go. Freedom to believe in what you want to believe in. Like real, like just like motherfuckers are not letting other people think for them anymore. Okay, like we're not doing that no more. We're standing up for what it is that we believe in, and we're standing up and saying, yeah, they did that fuck shit, but for me, it ain't giving that. I'ma stand, even if I'm standing alone. Hello. Even if I have to stand alone, I'ma stand up for what I believe for. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this is the right thing to do, or gonna pretend for a facade, for an image. That's what all like Sagittarius season that we're really diving into, right? And so we have to make sure that we're not thinking small. We have to make sure that we're not thinking small. And while this is Sagittarius season, right, and we're just getting started, we also have Mercury retrograde that's happening on Monday, tomorrow. And we all know about, and this Mercury retrograde, right? We all know Mercury retrograde is the planet. Mercury is the planet of our thoughts, of communication, how we think, how we express ourselves, things of that sort. And so when that planet is in retrograde, this is mean anytime a planet is in retrograde, this is just means that this is a time for us to reflect. This is a time for us to reassess. This is our time for us to reevaluate what it is that this planet and where it's stationed is calling us to do, right? So with Mercury stationed in retrograde, it's going to be stationed in Sagittarius. So like everything I just sat there and said, with Sagittarius, now this is putting the emphasis on Sagittarius season, because the planet that controls our thoughts, that controls how we communicate, this is saying I need you to sit down, reassess and your beliefs, reassess what it is that you're what is your inner truth, right? What it is that you believe and what it is that your inner truth is, and so that's really going to make us, so we have to look at it as like it's an invitation for us to make sense of our reality. You understand what I'm saying? Like we this is the time where we're really sitting and saying, okay, what do I believe in, and why do I believe in that, or was I always taught to only believe in this thing, but I have questions. And it's kind of like now you're getting the courage to ask those questions of, okay, so what does this mean? Instead of you just believing what somebody is telling you. Okay, so that's how we have to look at this. That's how we have to look at this transit. And that's why it's so important to really connect with your power right now, and not to really walk in your power, to really believe in your power. It's like, to really believe in your power, you have to have a certain type of courage to walk in your power. To be able to say that even though the collective is kind of like turning their other cheek and kind of like too scared to speak on it, I'm going to speak on it. This is what we see Kendrick doing, and I'm using him as an example. This is what we see him doing right now. We see him saying, this is what I believe in. This is the way I'm rocking. I don't give a fuck. Even I don't care if y'all get that or not. If y'all riding with me, cool. If you're not, then it's fuck you. That's just the reality of that we're moving into, right? Just like that's really what we've been moving into this entire 2024. Right. So with 2024, this is the year. This year is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is all about karma. And what I can say, and I know y'all can agree with me, those of y'all that's in the room, that 2024 has been one hell of a year. A year that you couldn't prepare yourself for. The losses you took, you couldn't prepare yourself for those losses. The things that you went through this year, no one could have prepared you for. Because it's one of those things that you only understand once you go through it. It's like as a woman, like no one can prepare you to be a mother. No one can say this is how you're going to react as a mother until you become a mother. It's one of those things that you have to experience in order to understand. That's what this year 2024 has been. This is why we've seen people like Cat Williams set the tone. And he set the entire tone this entire year. And Kendrick been right there with him. This is the type of year that it's like a old world is crumbling. The old world of what we knew, right? I don't know if I have some millennials in here, but the world of what we knew is now crumbling. We're now entering into a new fucking world. Ever since 2020 hit, when the clock strike again, ever since 2020 hit, we've been creating a new world, slowly but surely. This happened with the pandemic, when everybody asked us had to sit at home, couldn't work, and some of us was blessed to work from home and still make our coin without having to leave the house. Some of us couldn't see our loved ones the way we're used to seeing our loved ones. Like, it was almost like the pandemic was a gigantic Mercury retrograde for about 2 to 3 damn years. You get what I'm saying? We're moving into a new world. And rather we're prepared. This is the time to really start preparing yourself. And this isn't to be scared. This isn't to say, oh my God, everyone's dying. Like, it's like, we don't have to be that fucking dramatic, but we got to be real about it, right? We have to be real about what it is happening, what we're seeing, like how we can no longer ignore it. Like, let's be fucking real for a second. Can we be real? Like, the world of what we've seen and what we know is changing. We got people in our families dying. We got people and the thing about those type of deaths and those type of losses, they shape you into a different person. It changes your perspective. That's when the change comes in. When you have a change in perspective about life. So this entire 2024 has been, I know, right? The whole entire 2024 has been like a shit show, but all of these things that we're going through, some people are going through trying to leave their job because they're realizing, bitch, I'm trying to get out this matrix. It no longer lights me up to do this. It's not fun anymore. Because, everybody don't hate their 9-to-5s. Some people really fuck with their 9-to-5s, right? And so some people are now realizing, like, you know what? It's really time to bust a move for real. It's really time to really put my joy first. It's really time to bet on myself. This is why it was so important this year, 2024, that's about to end, bitch, in like a month, okay? That's why it was so important this year to see shit for what it is. No more, oh, this is happening, but I'm going to turn my head and act like I don't see this happening. Oh, I'm going to act like this didn't really affect me. Oh, I'm just going to keep pretending like I'm happy and everything's going to be okay. But it just ain't the time to do that anymore. This year should have grown everybody the fuck up. And I'm being so serious. This is the year that should have grown everybody up. And not in a way of like, being stale and like, oh, you's an old motherfucker now. But in a sense where you just have more discipline. More discipline spiritually. More discipline physically. More discipline mentally. Because you understand that, I gotta take care of myself. Because the way that this year have just kept chin checking motherfuckers, it's like the only way we gonna survive this is by being disciplined with our spirituality. Period. Saturn's in Pisces right now. Saturn is the planet of discipline, is the planet of responsibility. Like, think of Saturn as like that strict parent, but it's teaching you hard lessons. But you can't deny that it's not lessons that you needed to learn. That's what Saturn is. And Saturn is currently in Pisces, right? A lot of us, if you was born 94, you 94-ish. Yep, very much physically. But like this year I went through my Saturn return. So that just means I turned 30 this year. So that just means that my Saturn return is in station in Pisces. Right? And so Pisces is all about relying on your intuition, spiritual. Pisces is very spiritual. It's very much so. I love Pisces actually, now that I've learned more about Pisces, but it's just really like being disciplined within your spirituality, like I said. Being disciplined on knowing that you're going to have to rely on the higher power in order to get through it. Happy birthday to all the Sagittarius that's in the building. Sagittarius, you already know that we're in expansion time. This is the time to think big. This is the time to really seek the truth. This is time to really tell the truth. Okay? You're welcome, babes. And so, yes, so this has just been a year that's really like we have to be disciplined in our spirituality, because rather that's your ass reading the Bible every day, rather that's you meditating, yoga, rather that's you just really connecting with the higher power, because that's the only thing that's going to get us through it. You understand what I'm saying? We done took losses this year that just like chin checked you, kicked you in the stomach, and you like, damn, I just can't catch a break. It's people that's like, you have one loss, and then now you like, here's another loss. And it's like, damn, I'm trying to catch my breath. But one thing about life, it don't wait for nobody. One thing about life, it don't stop for nobody. It keeps going. So this is why you have to be solid in your spirituality. Period. That was just about to say that. Exactly. You have to be resilient, because this is what's going to make you resilient. And it's not about having some, it's not about going through something and then like, oh, I'm just not going to like I feel like sometimes people think resilience is something happens to you and you're just like, you continue to move on and not deal with it, not face it, not be honest about how you feel. That's not where resilience is. Okay. Resilience is some shit happen to you. For example, loss, right? I lost my grandmother the beginning of this year. Okay, and those who personally know me know that was my damn grandma. Like, we all have those grandmas that's like, yeah, don't talk about my mama and don't talk about my grandma. Like, that was for me. That was my grandma. Like, when I think about my childhood, she's all up and through there, right? And so that could have knocked me the fuck down. It was supposed to. Here's the thing. It was supposed to knock me down. It was supposed to knock me off my square. Thank you, baby. It was supposed to knock me off my square. But you know what I did? I faced it. And I sat with it. And I journaled about it. And I really allowed myself to feel how it feels. And the thing with grief, one day you have a good day and one day you a song can come on and just remind you and you're like, wow. I never thought, I don't know my life without this lady. You understand what I'm saying? And so now I have to create an entire world, an entire new world. And the thing about it is, she's just not here in the physical realm, but she's here spiritually. So something like that, and this is why I say the times that we're moving into, where you're going to have to really be disciplined in your spirituality. You have to know how to keep moving. You understand? You have to know how to keep moving. Absolutely. Turn your pain into power. This is what 2024 is about. This is what 2024 is about. Turning your pain into power. And understanding the thing about death, that it's a natural cycle of life. There's a lot of things that's not guaranteed in this life, but death is. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what gave birth to Bougie Astro Babes. This is what, because I really have questions. The thing about when you have a loss like that so close, and that was my first loss that was like so close to me. That was like, oh, what the fuck? And the thing about it is, when you have questions, and when things like that happen to you, you have questions, and you really be looking at God like, hold on, like, what did I do to deserve something like that? And I could have sat there for that long. I could have sat there and really just sat and been like, why me? Why did this happen to me? And then God will humble you and be like, why not you? Why not you? And as I dive deeper into myself and my personal development and my spirituality, I understood like some shit just out of your control. But the things that happen to you or the things you have experienced, you're meant to show other people how to get through that. This is when I say my North Node is in Scorpio. That's what Scorpio is all about. It's about helping people understand the tough shit that we go through in life and showing them how to get through it. And when you have that perspective change like I did, it's like, oh, okay. So I had no choice but to be resilient. Because for me, I'm an Aries, so bitch, you're not going to knock me down and I'm not going to get back up. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to rise from the ashes every time because that's just how I am. That's just how I'm wired. And so this is the type of, but it makes you strong. You get what I'm saying? It makes you strong, and not in the strong sense of like, oh, I can't feel anything, but strong of just like, oh, I'm going to get through it. Even if I don't believe that in this moment, I'm going to get through it. Even if I don't believe it in this moment. Oh, period. Shout out to your moms. Even if I don't believe it in this moment, that's what 2024 is preparing us for. Because it's going to be things that we're going to continue to go through as a collective, the world. A lot of shit that we're going to be going through, this year is preparing us to get through it. And it doesn't have to be difficult. This is why it's important to focus on the little things, like the little joy that brings you happiness, the little things that make you happy. That's what this is about. Because we're just moving on. The old world that we knew is collapsing. And we now have to create a new world. But the thing about it, just like the pandemic, when that shit happened, a lot of us was stuck. A lot of us was like, so is everybody dying? Like, I don't understand. I can't go outside. I can't breathe. I can't be next to my mama and them. Like, what you mean? There you go. Spiritual warfare. Exactly. Exactly. Perfect. That's exactly what 2024 is. That's exactly what 2024 is. And so, with us being aware of that, that's when you have people that, like me, that's coming to the forefront to talk about these things. These things are to prepare us as a collective to be able to handle the things that are coming our way. But you have to understand, we were born during this time for a reason. We actually picked this time. It's some of you that it was some of you that went through things that was supposed to knock you off your square, but you got back up. It's some of you that actually turn into diamonds when pressure is on you. That because you chose to be here. You were actually created for these times. With all the shit that's happening, you were created to get through these times. And that's what I've learned for myself, is that, oh, I was created for this. And death of loved ones, something I can't stop. But this is why we also have to know how to connect with our ancestors and our spirit guides spiritually. Because they still around us. When you hear that song or you see that movie that they used to watch, they're all around us. They're not gone. They're just not in the physical realm. And that's what we have to understand. That's what is for us to remember. Because we can actually get through this shit. And we will get through. We're already getting through it. We're already getting through it. You didn't stumble upon this live. Just it's no coincidence. You was meant to see this. Because you're already on that frequency. You already get it on a different level. And you have to understand too, not everybody is going to get the times that we're in. Some people are just like, why me? Life just been fucking me up. They don't understand the point of it all. That this shit is to strengthen you. That's why they say what don't kill you make you stronger. All the shit that you go through, that makes you stronger. You get what I'm saying? That makes you stronger. That makes you stronger. And you're going to have people that's not on the frequency that you're going to have people that's not on the frequency that you are. And you're going to have weirdos come and you're going to have weirdos come in and they're going to be very on the weirdo frequency. You got to let those people be. Don't let them knock you off your square. Don't let the devil trick you out your spot. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people just not on your frequency. They're not where you are mentally. And that's okay. Because over here, we don't have to do any type of convincing. I don't have to convince you. I don't have to do any of that. I'm just being obedient to what God has for me. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. But when people show you who they are, believe them. When people start showing up and start choosing sides, peep it and move accordingly. And be grateful that they showed you before it was too late. Yeah, it may hurt your feelings. It may make you feel like, damn, I really thought this person was my, damn, I thought this person was really, it's fake loyalty going around. But understand that you needed to see that. You needed to see that to understand that, oh, You weren't really who I thought you was. And that's fine. You just won't be that around me. You understand? Oh, that's fine. You just won't be that around me. Okay? Yeah. So it's a lot going on. Like I said, it's definitely spiritual warfare out here. The battle is definitely spiritual. That's what we have to understand. The battle is definitely spiritual. And while this transit is in Saturn is in Pisces, is really asking you to find discipline and be responsible when it comes to your spirituality. Like I said, rather that's you watching your sermons, rather that's you reading the Bible, rather that's you practicing meditation, yoga, journaling more how you feel, eating better. Like everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. So we're being asked to have that discipline in that. We're being asked to do those things. That's what we're being asked to do right now. And I know you guys sense that weird energy right now. Ever since the election, it's been some weird energy in the air. Like some shit about to happen. Like it's just too quiet. This is the exact same way I felt in 2019, right before the pandemic. Like something just, but you just keep moving. You don't really like. But yeah. So this is just a time where we have to really prepare for certain things and just move accordingly. But most importantly, get attached to your inner truth. That's the best thing you can do right now. And think big. Right? Because let's go back into talking about Sagittarius. We're in Sagittarius season. We are thinking big all Sagittarius season. This is the time where you plant the seeds that you want your life to look like. Because come Capricorn season, that's when you will see those seeds come to fruition, right? That's when you see those seeds bloom. And Aries season, I always say that. Aries season, that's the whole new energy. That's the real new year. Okay, it's not really in January. That's just the calendar year. But energetically, Aries is the start of the season, of that new fresh energy coming in, spring and all of that. But this is the time to really plant those seeds that you want to come into your reality. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the time to, like I said, Sagittarius is all about freedom. They're all about freedom and doing the things that deepen their understanding, deepen their truth. Right? So really connect with that. And that's, for some of you, it may look like you journaling. For some of you, it may look like you meditating more. And just, it's really like a less is more for some people. This is a time to not take your foot off the gas. I know it's like the end of the year and people kind of like start, tiring down. They start saying, okay, well, January is when I'm going to pick it back up. Right now in Sagittarius season, it's like keep your foot on the necks. Keep your foot on the gas. Remain consistent and remain disciplined. Because it's things that's coming. Your dreams are coming true. Regardless, yes, we have to be aware of what's going on in the collective, but don't let that consume you. Don't let that stop your creation and you being creative and you stepping out and doing the things that you always wanted to do. Don't let that stop you, right? So there's collective levels and then there's personal levels. Personal levels, oh baby, we still get into the things that we said we're going to do. We still applying that pressure because we know what's in store for us. So we're thinking big. Sagittarius, like I said, it's all about expansion. We are expanding. And you're expanding in every level. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. As a whole. So keep your foot on their necks. Keep applying that pressure. Because what you're hoping for and you're dreaming for is coming true. It's literally coming. We just have to keep doing what it is that we do. We want to think so big, but we also because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion. So we also want to make sure that we don't overindulge this season, though. Right? We want to still be mindful of not, clearing out our debt. We still want to be mindful of maintaining what it is that we do have. We don't want to get too crazy and just fall off the, no. We got to still keep it steady. We still got to be mindful of our goals and what it is that we want to do. You can play and you can have fun. That's what Sagittarius season is all about. Right? You don't have to overspend for Thanksgiving dinner. You don't have to overspend for Christmas. Right? This is where you have to have that balance of, okay, let me see what the world is looking like. Okay, this is the shit that's going on in the collective, so let me make sure I put this to a side just in case if some shit want to start, some want to shake, whatever the case may be, I'm prepared. But I'm still going to live life. I'm still going to have fun. This is all about that balance. This is all about that balance here with Sagittarius season. So I'm also going to pull some cards for us from the Wandering Heart deck. Just to see if there's something else we can add on to this message for the collective. If you haven't already done so, make sure y'all go ahead and give your girl a like, please, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content for me. Okay. All right, so a couple cards we have came out is Evil Eye. Like I mentioned, everyone isn't going to be happy for you, right? So when we pull these cards for Evil Eye, you really want to make sure that you're up on your protection rituals, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, because some of us, when we're going into unmarked territory, new territory, and we are speaking our truths, and we are residing in our power, not everybody's going to like that. Not everybody's going to like that. And that's the thing that people don't talk about a lot when we get to saying, remain in your power, stand up for what you believe in. You really have to have a thick skin. Hi, babies. You really have to have a thick skin when it comes to speaking your truth, when it comes to standing up for what you believe in. Because you will have weirdos come and be like, nah, I don't like that. Nah, they're a fraud, or nah, they're doing this, or they're coming to be a scam artist, or whatever the case may be. Right? So when we pull the Evil Eye card, you want to be mindful and believe what you are seeing. If someone's throwing shade, or someone is, choosing to remain silent when they should speak up when it comes to defending you, or just saying, yeah, I rock with that person, pay attention to that. Because everyone chooses a side, regardless if they decide to be verbal about it or not. Okay? And then we have redemption. This is kind of like what I've been talking about. We are rising from the ashes. You understand what I'm saying? The shit that was meant to destroy you here in 2024, use that to turn that shit into power. Turn that pain into power. This is a time to redeem yourself. Don't let that shit just knock you off your square. It may knock you off your square for a little bit. Sometimes it does knock you off your square in order for you to face it, in order for you to see what it really is. But make sure you get back up and get back to it. Never let the devil trick you out your spot. So this is the time where it's like, yeah, let's get to it. Maybe some of you haven't been saving. Maybe some of you haven't really been preparing for, on a collective level of like, okay, I see this is going on. Okay, the election went this way. Okay. People at the job fucking with me. Okay. Things of that sort. My money is flowing up over here. Okay. Some of you haven't been preparing. You kind of been like, oh, it's going to fix itself. Oh, they're just bothering me for right now. Oh, I can't wait till this person leaves. And sometimes it's like, you going to have to bust a move. And you're going to have to be intentional about the things that you are facing. You're going to have to be intentional about the things that you truly want to accomplish. Keep showing up. Keep being consistent. Keep speaking your truth. But also have fun with doing it. Because like I said, sometimes we can just speak our truth so much that we get so fixated on it. And it's like we forget to have fun. So like earlier when I mentioned North Node and South Node energy. So my North Node is in Scorpio. So that means I'm diving into the depths of the truth. I'm the person that's really going to talk about the shit that people don't want to talk about because it's uncomfortable. It's such a vulnerable place to be in. Like when we talk about grief, we talk about loss, we talk about betrayal. We talk about these things that people don't want to talk about because it's such a vulnerable state to be in, but I promise you everyone has dealt with it. So that's my North Node energy. So my North Node energy is all about your purpose when it comes to astrology and what it is that you're here to do. But my North Node, my South Node is the opposite sign of Scorpio. The opposite sign of Scorpio is Taurus, right? So Taurus is all about the good life. Taurus is all about eating the good food, just having fun, and the material realm, and, you know, looking fly and having the flyest things, but comfort, you know, sensuality, and just enjoying yourself. It's literally the opposite of Scorpio. And so I'm saying all that to say I have to have balance of those two so that I'm not so deep into this that I'm not, oh girl, go outside and have fun. You know when they say go outside and touch some grass? That's what that is. Like go outside and touch some grass. So make sure that you're having the balance. You can be about your work, but make sure you play a little. You could be hardworking, but make sure you learn to relax. You learn to say, you know what, I don't gotta go hard today. I've been going hard. Let me let myself just chill. We don't want to force it, right? We want to flow. And that's what I'm getting here, okay? That's what I'm getting here with that. Okay? And then I'm going to also pull from the super attractor because like I say, you are what you attract. And if you move with intentionality, you will attract the things that's for your higher self. But the things about attracting things that's for you, and when we talk about manifestation and all that, it's really about allowing yourself to flow. You know what I'm saying? It's really about allowing yourself to flow. We're not forcing anything. We're not forcing connections. We're not forcing outcomes. We're just really saying, you know what? Okay. Let me show up how I show up, and the rest will follow. You get what I'm saying? The rest will follow. So this card says, when I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. So that's kind of like what I've been talking about, y'all. What I kind of been talking about with this whole year, 2024, has been asking you to really connect with you. Oh shit. Connect with you and to tap into yourself on a spiritual level. Right? And understand that life isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. And I know that's hard to see and understand when you're actually in it, but you have to understand, you have to see it that way. That what is the lesson that I can learn here? What is it that I'm supposed to learn from this? Because this really fucked me up. This really hit me in my gut. What is it that I'm meant to learn from this? That's what this is asking you. You understand what I'm saying? So the next card came out was, when I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. Like, I love when the cards just match what I'm talking about, because this is exactly what I said. We're not forcing anything. Allowing yourself to flow is knowing that that's having faith. Where you're not trying to put your hands all in it and say, oh no, only I can, if I don't do it, it ain't gonna turn out right. So you're forcing yourself to work on it. You're forcing yourself to show up. You're forcing yourself to force an outcome because you have your hands in it. Only your hands in it. And when you don't allow God, the creator or spirit, to really let them do their part, that's when things get in the way. So that's what it looks like when it says, when I merge my desire with faith. So when you merge, the action you're taking along with what God has for you, that's when you experience a different level of peace, because you just know that it's going to work out for you and that life is working for me. It's not happening to me. Like, why is this happening to me? It's not happening to you, but it's happening for you. Had I not experienced that loss of my grandmother early in the year, I wouldn't be the girl I am today. I wouldn't be the woman that I am in this moment. You understand what I'm saying? Bougie Astro Babes probably wouldn't even been a thing, because this all was birthed from me doing my own spiritual inner work. Me being committed when that shit looked ugly, when that shit didn't look as glamorous. I sat with those feelings. I sat with that hurt. I sat with those questions. I questioned God, like, yo, what did I do? Where did I go wrong to? What type of karma is this? You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be able to sit with that work and understand that, okay, life is happening for me. There's something I needed to learn here. And then more as I dive deep, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to help other people also who went through this, to also get through this, to know that there's a light at the end of that dark ass tunnel, because that tunnel is dark. And that's kind of the thing that overwhelms us when we're going through something. We're so quick to try to look at the bigger picture, like, and that's what discouraged us, because we're like, how does life look like for me now without this person, without this thing, without this career? How does this look like for me now? Who am I without that? You know, it's almost like an identity crisis. And when you really sit with yourself and you just focus on the step that's in front of you, of just saying, you know what, I need to make it through today. I need to make it through today. Then you deal with today and you go to sleep and you wake up and you say, okay, today's a new day. I gotta get through this day. When you break it up like that, that's when you're really able to deal with it. That's when you're really able to allow yourself to see what God really can have for you. Because that tunnel can get dark. But focus on the step that's right here in front of you, instead of thinking like the grand big picture. Just like when someone wants to start on something new, they want to do a new business, they think of the whole of everything that they're going to have together. And so, oh, I need a website, I need the products, I need to find a vendor right now, I need to get the customers, I need to do social media marketing, I need to have an email marketing, I need to have everything looking how it needs to look right now. And it's like, no, you don't. Just start. Just go. Focus on what you need right in this second. What can you do right now to slowly bring that dream to you? And watch it come to you. Next card. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. So this is all about collaboration. Like I said, you have a part and God has a part. But you're not supposed to be trying to do your part and God's. And God only blesses action. So don't allow that to just make you stuck and not bust a move. Okay? And the last card, in stillness I receive. So sometimes it looks like you just being still. That can, that's when the universe will talk to you. When you're not distracting yourself and you're really sitting and saying, how do I feel today? That's when things start to actually become the things. That's when you start getting answers. That's when you start getting the clarity. Right? So, I'm going to conclude this live with that. We're in Sagittarius season, think big. Really try your hardest to connect with your inner truth. That may look like journaling. That may look like you actually praying more, meditating, eating clean, drinking your water, taking your supplements. Whatever that looks like for you. But you want to stay up on that. You don't want to allow yourself to get beside yourself and get distracted. Peep what's going on with the collective. but don't be overly consumed by it. This is also a time to protect your peace. If something's overwhelming to you, give your nervous system a chance to adjust. Because, like I said, this is Sagittarius season and we are expanding, which means your nervous system is also as well. Your capacity, because we're learning more. We're seeing things for what it is. We're getting to the inner truths. We're seeing how some things really manipulated us. Just give yourself grace. And it will all come to what it needs to come to. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. But if you guys would love to connect with me more, follow me on TikTok at Bougie Astro Babes. Instagram, Bougie Astro Babes. I'm on there as well. I also offer oracle readings, like the cards you just see me pull. I offer personal readings for those. I also offer personal human design readings so that you can learn how to human design. If you don't know what it is, just use Google Rise while it's free. It's just a unique system that's tailored to you based on the time that you were born, where you were born. And it shows you what your motivation is. It shows you how your digestion works. It shows you what inspires you and prompts you to take action on your dreams. It shows you how you are supposed to be using your energy into the world and for the collective. Okay, so that's all I have for y'all. I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat. I ain't gonna pick up my groceries, but like I said, connect with me. Connect with me on the other socials. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already. If you have not already, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and book your reading with me. Let's go ahead and connect. Let's go ahead and work on your personal development together, because you don't have to do your shit alone. Okay? And I will see you guys in my next live. Thank you for watching, y'all. Bye.